Hey everyone, in this video we are going to talk about how Git and GitHub works together. Then we'll talk about how we can create a local repository into your PC, how you can add a file into your repositories, how you can add a file into the staging area, and then how you can commit those changes inside your local repository itself. So this is how your GitHub and Git works together. Suppose that this is your local repository where you are developing the changes, you are developing the new components or modifying some existing components, you're deleting some components. Once you are done with your changes, what you can do is, what you as usually do is you deploy those changes to your GitHub remote repositories. This is a remote repository again here, and this is also a remote repository, which is your friend's system or your friend's PC. Then what your friend will do is they will pull the changes from GitHub to their local PC. So now whatever you have developed, your friend has got as a copy of theirs. Now they can develop anything. Your system will not be impacted. There will not be any changes. Now, once they are done with their work, what they will do is they will again post the changes to the GitHub org, and from there you can pull your changes to your machine. So whatever they had into your PC, you are already having into your local repository. So that is how Git and GitHub works. So as a best practice, what you need to do is first always pull the changes from the parent, from the basically remote repositories, and then start developing. That is what you need to do as a best practice. And whenever you are like before pulling, what you need to do is before you pull here, what you need to do, you just need to commit all those changes, whatever the changes you have developed inside your local repository. So that is what you need to do. This is, again, this is not for you only, this is for every developer who is working in a source version control environment. They are using Git or GitHub, Git or GitLab, Bitbucket or Azure DevOps or anything. So that is about how GitHub works. Now let's quickly talk about how we can create the local repositories. You can see this is a very basic command. I'll give you the file where you have got the complete list of all the Git cheat sheet. So let's quickly start one by one. So here we are inside our project folder where we are working on. This is a folder, or what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and create a new folder over here. I'll say Git. So this is the folder where we need to initialize a repository. We need to create a repository. So what you will do is just go to the inside the folder and say open your command prompt using CMD, or if you are there in Mac, you just need to open your command terminal and then navigate to the correct location. Once you are here, as we have discussed, what we said that Git init and the name of your repositories. So I'll say that my first repo. Just hit enter. So you see here, it is saying that initialized empty Git repository in this directory. Okay. So this is your first repo. You can see here you got a folder. Now what you need to do is just go to your cd my first repo. So as soon as you type my, just hit a tab, it is going to autofill whatever your folder name is. Hit enter. Now you are inside this folder. So let's go to this folder. We have got git.git. If you don't see this folder, what you need to do is you just need to click on view and then see, check these hidden items. You will be able to see this Git folder. Don't delete or don't touch this folder. Make sure this folder is untouched, otherwise your local repository will not work properly. The next thing is that we have talked about, we need to add a file here. So what we'll do is to add a file, we'll just type a command here. We'll say that notepad, I'll say that amitsing.txt. That's what my name is. You can use your name or you can have anything like my first file or text1.txt, anything. Hit enter. As soon as you will hit enter, it will ask to save. Just click on yes, and make sure that this command is only for Windows user, not for the Mac user. For the Mac users, I'm not sure what the command is. You can just go ahead and directly create that file inside there, or you can search how to create a file using terminal in the Mac. Now here you can say that this is my simple text file. We just added the content and saved it. So as soon as you will do here, you will see that there is a file which we have created using command prompt. Now as we have done, okay, we are done with the repository, we are done with the file. Now we wanted to upload this file to the remote system. So what all we need to do before uploading to the remote system? First thing, we need to add to the staging environment so that our SVM system can get to know like this file they need to send to the remote system. So to know that what all file we need to add, what you can do is you can say that you just need to run a command called git status. This command will show you all the files which you have added. You can say here, this is untracked file which you have added or you have modified, you delete. You will see all the files over here. Every single file you will see over here. Okay. Now, how you can add this file inside the staging area? There are two things. Before I'll show you, I'll just quickly copy this file over here, and I'll say this is the. I'll just rename here. I'll say amit.txt. So now we have got two files. Okay, just quickly run this command. We'll say git status. We've got two files. Now we wanted to add these files to the git staging area. Okay, if you wanted to add all these two files, what you need to do is you just need to use a command called git add dot. So it is going to add these two files. Okay, but there might be, in most of the cases, you don't want it to add all the files, you wanted to add few files. So to add the few files, what you need to do is you need to say git add, and you will just put the name, the file name, like amit.txt, and it is added. After adding, you can again just run the command git status, and now you can see here changes to be committed and untracked file. Now this file has been added to the staging area, and this is not. So once you have added this here, okay, so now you wanted to commit those changes so that you can see the history of your all the changes. So what you need to do is you need to say git commit -m and the name, whatever the message. I can say that added my first file and hit enter. So you can see there is a node created with this file, one insertion. And again, if you add your file, you will see now there is only one file which is added, which is a new file. Okay. Now let's quickly go there in the file. I'll say this is a text file and this is a text file in new line. Okay. I just modified this. Again, run the same command git status to see what all file has been modified. Now you can see here there are two different things. Like both the files are not added to the staging area, but one file is modified, one file is not modified. This is the newly created file. Now suppose that you wanted to add both the files at one go. You can say git add dot and then run the command git status. This time you got both the files. And then commit the messages using this command saying git commit -m all fields added, and then you can again run git status to see if there are no changes. You can see nothing to commit, working tree clean, on branch master. So this is about this video, and this is about this video lecture. And if you have anything else or anything you wanted to ask me, please feel free to connect me. And thank you for your time. We will meet into the next video.